If you've been paying attention at all, you've heard about the latest fad diet called the sugar diet. I'm Dr. Ken Berry, a family physician, and in this video, I'm going to reveal the truth, and I'm going to admit to you that the sugar diet may be the best fad diet I've ever seen in my career. Now, pay careful attention because some of the things I say might confuse you if you're not paying careful attention. The fact that over 50% of adults in America are overweight and obese, this is evidence that we should all eat more sugar.
You like sugar, huh?
Is there sugar in syrup?
Yes.
Then yes.
The sugar diet is basically a low fat, because we all know fat makes you fat. A low fat, moderate to low protein, high sugar diet. Now, even though this is exactly like the standard American diet, this is unlike any diet you've ever heard of in your life. This diet has near miraculous results when it comes to weight loss. And we all know that's what we're really here for, right? We want to lose 20, 30, 40 pounds. We could care less about our health. Who cares about glycation or A1Cs or insulin levels? Really, that's all just kind of academic foolishness. We all just want a quick weight loss fix.
It burns carbs. It just burns up all your carbs.
I just mentioned two words, glycation and insulin. These both sound like very boring medical words you probably don't need to pay attention to at all. But let me go into them just a little bit so that you can say you do understand them, and then you can immediately forget what I'm about to say. So sugar glycates your cells and tissues in your body. This means it gums them up. The sugar sticks to your cells and to your tissues and makes them work less efficiently. Again, nobody cares about that because we're all just here to lose 20 pounds, right?
I really want to lose 3 pounds.
So what a lot of people who are recommending the sugar diet don't know and also don't care about is that fructose, the sugar that occurs in fruit, super healthy. It's natural sugar. It's not like that artificial sugar made of sugar beets and sugar cane. It's natural sugar. It occurs in fruit, so therefore it's magically nutritious.
Any kind of fruit?
Mangoes, pineapple.
It isn't like there's safe fruits and then there's unsafe fruits.
Fructose is 7 times more glycating than glucose. And that's fact number one that the people recommending the sugar diet don't know, but that's irrelevant. Nobody cares about that. We're just here to lose some weight, right? So another fact that they don't know is that fruit juices and fruits and high fructose corn syrup, even though they have the syllable fru or fruc in their name, also contain glucose and sucrose. And some of them didn't believe me when I said that, and they looked it up and they found out I was right. Again, totally irrelevant. So when you're drinking a glass of orange juice, or as some of the sugar diet gurus out there recommend you do, drinking Coca-Cola, high fructose corn syrup, you're glycating the hell out of every cell and tissue in your body, not only with the glucose, which we can measure with a hemoglobin A1C. That's a test that your doctor might or might not order. It really doesn't matter because you're just here to lose weight. But fructose glycates 7 times more readily than glucose, and fructose glycation or fructation is completely invisible to the A1C test. So you can't even measure the degree of fructose glycation in your body. Not that it matters, but so you're gonna just hammer, drink a Coca-Cola, then drink some orange juice.
Oh shit, that is fresh.
It doesn't even have to be fresh squeezed. Eat lots of fruit, and you want to definitely not eat any saturated fat. Keep your fat intake very, very low. And on the sugar diet, they do recommend avoiding vegetable seed oils. And I think that's probably of no real particular concern or importance, but they recommend that, so you can do that if you want to. Now, again, you've all heard of sugar addiction, right? Sugar addiction's not real. All you have to do is talk to a representative from Coca-Cola or from Kellogg's, and they'll tell you sugar addiction's not real.
You need to know your good friend Miranda Hobbs has just taken a piece of cake out of the garbage and eaten it. You'll probably need this information when you check me into the Betty Crocker Clinic.
And so the people who I've talked to, the millions of people I've talked to on this YouTube channel about sugar addiction in the past, they're not really concerned about that. They just want to lose 30 pounds. They want to lose some weight really fast. They don't care if they're a sugar addict, and maybe you shouldn't care either. A sugar diet, if you're a sugar addict, which may or may not be real, that's going to really, really cause you to become more and more addicted to sugar. But who cares? Because it's a quick weight loss hack. Now, as I said earlier, everybody knows fat makes you fat. You can just ask any dietitian that works for the American Diabetes Association, and they'll tell you that. Eating fat makes you fat. So that's why the sugar diet is a low-fat diet, and that's why it helps for you to lose 20, 30 pounds so quickly. Now, it's irrelevant that there's not a single recorded society in the past, a successful society, that ever ate the sugar diet. No society ever ate lots of sugar and very low fat and moderate protein and had bad health outcomes. Well, actually, there's multiple recorded incidences of that in the archaeological literature, but that's irrelevant because that's in the past. And what we're looking at is the present, right now. What do you want to put in your mouth? It's sugar. You want that sugar, and the sugar diet says that it's okay to eat or drink that sugar, so why the hell not? So if you've been following a low-carb, a keto, ketovore, carnivore diet, you can stop all that foolishness and just start following the sugar diet. And if you can't find a lot of resources out there on the internet about it, because really there are no PhD or MD influencers out there on the internet talking about the sugar diet at all, which some people would find weird and worrisome. Maybe if it were such a big deal and so healthy, you would think doctors would be talking about it, but that's foolishness. Nobody listens to doctors anyway. Basically, if you're confused about the sugar diet and how you do it, you just go back to eating the standard American diet, because that's worked fine for millions of people for 20 years. We've all been eating the standard American diet. And a lot of people will say, well, that's why we got so fat. That's why we got so many cases of type 2 diabetes and fatty liver and metabolic syndrome. I would say, don't come at me with research. I want the latest fad, damn it. And the sugar diet is just that. Now, if you weren't already aware, this entire video is sarcasm. I think the sugar diet is the dumbest damn thing that I have heard of in a long damn time. Hope this video helps. I hope it made you chuckle a little bit. This is Dr. Barry. I'll see you next time.